Welcome back to the Simple Farmhouse. My name is Laura and I'm so glad you're here. Today I'm making a simple patio fountain that doesn't require any tools. When I decided that I wanted to add a fountain to our patio, I did a little research and found a lot of things online that really required tools or steps that I thought were too complicated when I really just wanted something simple. This fountain does not require any tools, any power tools, any cutting, drilling. It's simple as can be. Anyone can do it. Let me show you how. Today's episode is sponsored by Lowe's. I recently installed these blinds in our window seat and it's made a huge difference in this room. It's super easy to order online and to find the sizes that fit your windows. And I am loving how this window looks, so I can't wait to add more around the room and then eventually pick a curtain style that will feel right for this space. Okay, let's go shopping. We're going to need a large pot, a small pot, a fountain pump, a pot to house the fountain pump, which should fit into the larger pot while turned upside down, some pebbles of your choice, whatever tubing size you need to fit your pump, and a silicone sealant. This is what a small fountain pump looks like, and this is what the tubing looks like. It's flexible and can be trimmed. Both can be found in the garden center at Lowe's. Your choice of pots is really a great place to adjust the look and the budget of this project. You can also get a very different look using different kinds of pebbles. They have river rock, and I also found this smooth black stone, which seemed to be pretty popular. Everything you need can be found at Lowe's. Let's go step by step. One way that you can do a fountain is to just have one large or small pot with your fountain pump inside. The water will sprout up a little ways in the center. The problem with doing that, for me not wanting to destroy this pot or use power tools, is that you will see the wire coming out the back of this pot. For that reason, I'm going to do the two-tiered pot so that I can hide the wire on the back corner of this and place my fountain in a way that you cannot see it. Now there's two places that need to be watertight for this fountain to work. The first is the bottom. So I purchased bath sealant and I filled this hole. One way that you can keep that from attaching to whatever's underneath your pot is to put a piece of cardboard there or a piece of two-ply trash bag, which I used in order to help that sealant have a place to go and not stick to something underneath of it. Now, in order to get that stacked look, you're going to need a pot on the inside. There's a range of options for what this interior pot could be. You just want it to be high enough so that you can stack this and see almost the full pot. The main reason for this interior pot turned upside down is so that it can house your fountain pump underneath. The main issue with this is that you don't want to crush the wire of your fountain pump. There are two ways to protect your wire without using a power tool. One of them would be to put plant feet under there. Normally you would put them down here to allow water to seep out if it had a plant in it. But if you put it on the underside, it will give just enough room for that wire to pass through without being crushed. This is what they look like, and you can find them next to the terracotta pots. What I did was use the pebbles that I'm going to use to make the top look pretty as a base around the bottom that housed a little channel for the wire to pass through without being crushed. While you're replacing the pump in the bottom of the first pot and getting that wire set, this is a great time to attach the plastic tubing to the pump. A little bit of silicone would be fine here as well. And this pot will fit inside of this larger pot. The trick will be to get it to not be visible. You can load up the stones around the edge to kind of hide this, but you don't want it to come up above the pot. I did see some tutorials were using pots that had additional holes in them. I have not had issues with my fountain being able to work and function with the water flowing underneath and into the fountain pump.
If you wanted to play it safe and make sure that more water is accessing the pump, you could use a pot like a strawberry pot, which already has holes on the sides that don't need to be drilled. And now that your pump is set and the base is set so that the wire is safe and running out the back of your pot, you can flip over that interior pot and run the tubing through that bottom hole. An added benefit of choosing a larger interior pot to house your pump is that it requires less river rock to fill it up on the edges.
The second place that's going to need to be watertight is the bottom of your top pot. Now, we will be running the tubing through the bottom of this, but once we do, we're going to have to finish it with the sealant so that there's no water passing from the bottom of this pot into this pot. We want all of our water to flow on the outside.
Make sure the sealant has good contact with both the tubing and the pot. Be sure to let that dry completely before moving on to the next step. Now we're ready to finish the upper pot with rocks around the tubing. At this point, I also trimmed the tubing to line up with the top of that pot, but I do come back and make it a little bit shorter to adjust the way the water is flowing at the top. It's finally time to fill our fountain with water and see if this pump will do its job. I should also mention that you really do want your pebbles to be clean, and this will probably need to be cleaned out once a year. Voila! It worked, and look how it filled up and overflowed perfectly. I just adjusted the angle of the tubing to make sure the water was pointing straight up, adjusted the rocks around it to keep it there, and look how lovely it is. It's so relaxing, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I hope you found this tutorial easy to follow and also budget friendly. Next time, I will be taking you along with me as I thrift and antique, so hit the subscribe button and follow along. Until next time.